Hello there folks, and a very warm festive welcome back to What's for Tea and our meals of the week this week, and I do hope that I find you very well indeed and you're not too stressed out so far. So this is a special extended version of meals of the week this week because I've tried out HelloFresh and I wanted to share my thoughts with you. HelloFresh got in touch and asked, do you want to try a box? So I thought, why not? But I also ordered my own box just to fully test it out, as an ordinary customer. So I got 2 boxes. But as usual, I'll start all the way back on Monday through till today, which is Sunday, and I'll also give you my final thoughts at the end of the video. And I've also included a mini recipe just at the end of each day showing you how I put the meal together. But if you don't want to see the mini recipe, feel free to skip forward to the next day. So let me go and show you what we made this week and what we thought of it, starting all the way back on Monday. So on Monday, I thought we would try the sausages in mushroom sauce because all of the recipes that I've chosen, I've tried to keep it in line with things that we would normally have, or, a wee bit of a fancier version of what we would normally have. So this is a lovely creamy mashed potato. There's roasted garlic in the mashed potato, some pork and pepper sausages, some roasted carrots, and that's a lovely red wine and mushroom sauce as well. So it's a kind of pimped up version of my usual bangers and mash. So you get your wee recipe card with the method on the back, and inside your wee bag you've got everything that you need to make the recipe, just a wee bit of prep involved in some of them. So the first thing I had to do was get the carrots onto roast in some olive oil and salt and pepper, pop in your garlic to roast with your carrots, and then you can get your potatoes on for mashing. Once they're boiling away, I pop my sauce on, so that's just some mushrooms sauteing away, and I added in some water and the red wine reduction. Let that boil away until it's nice and thick, and then I'm going to go and do the sausages. So you just fry these up the way you would your normal sausages. By the time those are done, your potatoes should be soft. So I popped in some milk and a wee bit of butter and that roasted garlic as well. And I will be doing this more often. It gave the tatties a lovely sort of garlicky flavour. It wasn't overpowering, it was just lovely. So get your carrots out and your tatties on the plate, and that was it. Very simple. Moving on to Tuesday, we had upside down pasta. So this to me was like a sort of deconstructed lasagna or a sort of bolognese type thing. So this was, what kind of pasta was that? Rigatoni pasta with the rich ragu and a sort of very creamy, cheesy sauce in the bottom, and it was lovely. So again, you've got the recipe card with your method on the back, everything in the bag that you're going to need. That's the thing I like about this as well, or I noticed throughout the week, there's very little waste and zero leftovers because you've got everything in there that you need. It's all weighed and measured for you, meaning you're only going to get what you need and what you're going to use. So just follow the instructions on the back of your card. As you can see, it is very, very simple. Anyone could do this. So I'm popping in my chopped tomatoes. This is just for the ragu layer. Then the red wine paste. Give that a good stir through. And then the herbs as well. And you just give that a good stir through, and then pop in a wee bit of sugar. This is just to counteract any acidity there might be in the tomato. A wee bit of water, let this simmer away until it's thickened a wee bit. By now, your pasta should be nice and soft, so get that drained. To that, we're going to add the creme fraiche and the chicken stock paste, and give that a good stir through as well, along with some of the reserved pasta water. Then all you have to do now is assemble. So you put the creamy pasta in the bottom, top that with your ragu, and also some of the cheese that you get in your box as well, and then just whack it into the oven. Like I said, really simple. On Wednesday we had thyme roasted chicken. I got these boxes for 2 people because I just wanted me and Mr. What's for Tea to try this just to see how we got on with it. But you can get the boxes for 2, 3 or 4 people, and I've also gone for a 3-day box, but you can have a 3, 4 or 5-day box as well, depending on how many meals you want and how big your family is. But like I said, I just wanted to test it out, but I would certainly order this again. I would have no hesitation in ordering this again. It takes all of the guesswork and the prep and the thinking away. It's ideal if you don't like meal planning, meal prepping, spending too long in the kitchen, because like I said, everything is, portioned out and weighed and measured for you with very little prep involved. So I'm just marinating my chicken there, and at the same time I've just cut my wedges into wedges, and I'm going to roast these in the oven. Just prep your veggies. You want to get these in to roast as well. And then flash fry your chicken just to make sure it's nicely sealed And once it's halfway done, just pop that in with your roast veggies and finish them off in the oven. By the time your veggies are ready, your chicken will be ready. While that's in the oven, I'm just going to do my sauce. So some water, the chicken paste, and also the chilli jam as well. And you just want to let these simmer away until it's nice and thick. Mr. What's for Tea didn't fancy the chilli jam, so I had the chilli jam. I like anything chilli. So all you have to do is slice the chicken, get your wedges and your veggies out, pop some of the fresh parsley on top, and this was my one here with the chilli jam on the top. On Thursday, this is actually one of their sides. They do sides as well, which are like sort of wee add-ons to your recipes you can add if you like. So I thought we'd try the penny, but but the portion sizes are quite big. We could have quite easily had this penny as a main with some garlic bread, but we just had a wee sausage roll with some baked beans at the side. Yeah, just perfect. Something we would typically have, but we would normally have mashed potato, but it was nice with the pasta. So again, you've got your wee recipe card with the method, your bag with everything that you're going to need. Very simple one, this. All you have to do is grate the cheese. So pop your pasta in until it's nice and tender. At the same time, you can do your sauce. So you're just making a basic roux with the melted butter and the flour. And they're getting me to add vegetable stock to the roux, which I've never ever done before, but it does give it a nice sort of background flavour. It gives it a wee something else. So stir that through till it's nice and smooth. Pop in the creme fraiche. I'm going to add half a teaspoon of mustard. Doesn't tell you to do that, but we do like mustard in our cheese sauce. And then add your cheese and stir until it's smooth. Drain your pasta. I'm going to pop in a wee knob of butter, or you could use some oil just to loosen the pasta up. A wee bit of black pepper. Add the pasta to your sauce, stir it through, and then just pop it into an oven dish until it's starting to go brown on the top. Super simple, and this was really tasty and a lot quicker than my normal macaroni cheese. But yeah, lovely as a wee side or a main, I think. Moving on to Friday, we tried the pork and cheesy mash pie. So this is just very similar to my normal cottage pie or shepherd's pie. But we don't generally use pork mince, or we don't use it very often, but it was nice just for a wee change. So yeah, not a million miles away from how I would normally do my cottage pie, but it was nice to see it, as one of the recipe options. So that's why I went for that. So again, all the ingredients you're going to need, just a wee bit of prep involved in this one, obviously peeling your veg and such. So you just want to brown off your mince, add in your raw carrot and just stir everything through until your mince is nicely browned. Pop in your garlic, give that a couple of minutes, a wee bit of sugar and some water, again just to counteract any bitterness that might be in the tomato. So just stir everything in together, and then the herbs, give that a good wee stir through, and you just want to let this bubble away until it's thickened up a wee bit. By now your tatties should be soft, so drain them. A wee bit of milk and butter if you like. Obviously this is optional. I like a creamy mash. Then all you have to do is assemble again. So into your oven dish with your mince and your mashed potato, and then a wee bit of grated cheese on the top, which is also in the box. And then you just have to pop your green beans on, and that's you done. And then on to yesterday, we had chicken and serrano ham. We had this a couple of weeks ago, actually, so we do enjoy this. So some lovely creamy sauce on the bottom. That's the chicken with the serrano ham there. And some roast potatoes with parmesan. And I've never done that before, but I will be doing that again. Some roasted broccoli and some truffle zest on the top. I've never tried truffle zest before, and it's very difficult to explain. It just gives everything a nice sort of savoury flavour. So again, with your wee mini recipe, everything you need is in your bag. Minimal prep again involved. Just peel your tatties. You don't even have to peel these. You could just chop them into squares if you like. Drain your potatoes when they're tender. Pop in the cheese, give them a wee shake in the pan and transfer them to a warm oven dish. Separate them out and just roast those in the oven. Then you can get the ham wrapped around your chicken into an oven dish. Just pop some oil on there and into the oven with that as well. Then you can do your sauce. So the onion and some water, the chicken stock paste. Just give that a wee stir through together. And then the creme fraiche. The creme fraiche, I think, features in every one of these recipes. So pop that in as well. Give it a good stir through. And then some black pepper on the top. And that is your sauce done. And again, just get your tatties out of the oven. These are done, and then your chicken and your roasted broccoli as well. Like I said, they're so easy to follow, these recipes. And then moving on to today, we had good old mince and tatties. We'd run out of the HelloFresh meals, so I nipped to the butcher for some mince. So we had some mashed potato, some mashed buttery swede on the side, and that's the minced beef, carrots, onions and gravy. And of course we like a wee bit of puff pastry on top of this, and it always blows people's minds, you know, they don't understand the pastry on the mince or the pastry on the stew, but it is a lovely combination. Please do give it a go. Just make sure it's savoury pastry. But just before I move on, I wanted to say, as usual, a huge thank you to the supporters of the channel over on my Patreon page, to the channel members here on YouTube as well, and for you all for watching and leaving your lovely comments. So as far as HelloFresh goes, I would say give it a go. You know, they've a huge library of recipes to choose from the basic, like our bangers and mash, to the more elaborate, you know, depending on how adventurous you feel and how adventurous a cook you are. We do like quite basic meals, so this week I've chosen meals which were a wee bit different, you know, a bit of a different spin on what we would normally have, but not a million miles away. And don't forget, if you use my wee code, you will get 50% off of your first box, and then 35% off your next 3 boxes, plus they'll also include 3 free gifts as well. So feel free to use my code at checkout, which is What's for Tea, and you will find the link underneath the video in the show more box, or if there's a wee downward arrow, you will find the information down there. So thank you all for watching, and I'm going to wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch up with you during the week for another wee recipe, shopping and bagging, or whatever else comes my way. So you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you off soon back here on What's for Tea. Bye now.